It's the first time in more than 3 years that rent prices are trending downwards. The national average rent price was less in May than it was a year ago. That's according to rent.com.
So what does this mean for renters? Tiffany Salome is the newest member of the News4Jax team. She's our new consumer investigative reporter. And Tiffany, you are breaking down the promising new numbers.
So this is all good news for renters. It's the first time that rent prices went negative since March of 2020. That was when COVID-19 was first declared a pandemic. And it means you can likely negotiate your rent price when it's time for renewal. Rent prices in May were down a little more than 0.5% compared to this time last year. It may not sound like much, but it's a good sign after nearly 2 years of rent growth. Melissa Ricks, a local realtor, says this doesn't really come as a surprise.
As somebody that's in the residential sales side and also a landlord, this was bound to happen.
A new report from rent.com shows the national average monthly rent price was just below $2,000. Jacksonville rents prices are well below the average, dropping almost 2% this year to about $1,600 a month.
So now landlords are having to battle against keeping good tenants and keeping their prices comparable so they can keep them in there or losing them to purchasing.
Some News4Jax viewers tell us they're paying as much as $1,800 for an apartment on the west side. Another viewer told us they pay $1,400 for a one-bedroom apartment at the St. John's Town Center, writing, quote, "Our rent raised by $300 per month when we removed in February of 2022. So does this mean that we'll see rent prices stay steady, or are we going to start seeing them go down?
I personally think they're going to continue to go down until something happens with the market as a whole, because right now sales prices are down also, and that's again consistent with the market.
Another side effect of the market cooling, renters are negotiating their rents with a higher success rate. 25% were successful, especially if they lived in the property for several years.
Truthfully, when you have such low supply and such high demand like we had just post-COVID, that's what created this whirlwind. And I think that landlords truthfully are going to have to get reasonable with their pricing.
This all means that renters are going to have better success when it comes to renegotiating their leases. And with the market cooling off, a little under half of landlords surveyed say they are not planning on increasing their prices to avoid turnover. I'll have more on this study linked for you at news4jax.com if you want to learn more. Reporting live, Tiffany Salome, Channel 4, the local station.
And Tiffany, as we mentioned a moment ago, you are the newest member of the News4Jax team as our consumer investigative reporter. Welcome, but you're no stranger to Jacksonville.
No, I'm not. No stranger to Jacksonville, no stranger to the local station. I'm really happy to be back home with my family and back home with you guys. I was an intern here, and of course I grew up here, so it's just really good to be back.
Well, welcome back, and we're happy to have you back. I know you've got an extended family here, as well as your Channel 4 family, too. And you can sign up to get helpful consumer news from Tiffany through our What's the Deal newsletter. She'll be writing it. It's free. Just go to news4jax.com/newsletters to sign up to have it delivered to your inbox.